Facebook says that it just took down a handful of state-backed disinformation campaigns from Facebook that originated from Iran and Russia, with state-backed actors appearing like real users. And Facebook is also working on a pop-up that would warn users of fake images. Yahoo Finance's tech guy, Dan Howley, is here with more. And Howley, this news comes, of course, one day before Zuckerberg is going to testify tomorrow. Tomorrow is basically Zuckerberg in D.C. day. Mr. Zuckerberg goes to Washington.
Interesting.
Yeah, right. Hey, see, we're still working on this. We're handling this problem.
We're doing good things. We're not. This is really, I mean, it's really smart on their part to be able to do this. And then prior, it was the free speech argument that he gave at Georgetown.
Yep.
This is basically them saying, look, we know that these actors are out there. It's Russia, Iran, North Korea, Syria. China was actually one that they brought up a bunch of times. And I think they're trying to push the China narrative a little bit more because they're not in China.
Right.
So it's easier for them to say, look, China's a big issue. So
and then, hey, Tim Cook, why are you
why are you
nice
playing
to
with
China?
them? Yeah, exactly. But, all things being said, and to be fair to Facebook, they have done a good job of tamping down on this. Not to dismiss the 2016 election and what happened there with disinformation campaigns and allowing that to run rampant on your network, but they have done a good job. They did take down 50 clusters of these bots that they were talking about, which were coming from Iran and Russia. They're also doing a lot as far as making sure that when someone puts out a big page that gets a lot of views or a lot of followers, that the transparency is there so that you know who's actually running the site. There's going to be a phone number, a physical location, a website, all of that will be tied to it. They're also making sure that, as we said, the fake news aspect of it. Before, when there was something that was fact-checked, if it was fake, it would only be this little kind of piece of text. So you could still see it, and then you were like, well, why, that doesn't do anything to stop me. Right.
Yeah,
this is going to fully stop that.
I don't know if there's an answer to this question, but if I need an alert to know if an image is fake on this platform, I mean, do we get to a point where the consumer is like, okay, no more, we're done. Like, I don't want to use this anymore.
I think that what Facebook wants to do is get you so hooked that you can't leave. It's like all the tech platforms. They want you hooked. Apple sells an Apple Watch and AirPods so you don't leave Apple. Google does the same thing with its services. Facebook is doing that with this, and that's kind of, I think, the idea. Obviously, they're not going to be the final people that run Libra, but I think that's part of the reason why they're so interested in it, to make sure that people have an incentive to stay with Facebook. That's why Instagram is there. That's why WhatsApp is there. So they want to keep you hooked, and I think that regardless of which of those platforms you're using, you're still on a Facebook network. So even if you start to think, okay, Facebook isn't doing it for me, I'm on Instagram now, well, you're still on Facebook, really. So as many people who might want to leave Facebook, they're still going to flock to Instagram or WhatsApp. And by the way, Facebook is one of the only means of getting online in some countries. The Philippines, there was a big report by BuzzFeed talking about how Facebook is basically the internet in the Philippines.
As is WhatsApp, actually.
Right,
so,
exactly.
Yeah, so the two are pretty strong for Facebook.
Exactly, yeah. And that's what they're doing.
Kind of a scary thought.
It is, yeah. But I mean, they are working for the 2020 election to tamp down on it. They did have a lot of positive results out of the EU elections, the German elections, the French elections. They said there were 200-something elections that they were able to help mitigate any kind of misinformation. But, in reality, we're in a time when people can do whatever they want on the internet, and that includes spreading disinformation. YouTube's out there as well, right?
Absolutely.
So these different platforms can be used whatever way people want them to.
All right, it could be very interesting tomorrow when Zuckerberg testifies. Howley, thanks so much.
Hot seat, I can't wait.
Oh, absolutely.
Hey investors, Zach Guzman here. Are you interested in learning more about the markets and getting the latest financial news? Well, then click right here to subscribe to our Yahoo Finance YouTube channel. Get the latest up-to-the-minute market analysis, big interviews in the world of finance, and information on how to manage your money every day wherever you are.